Hi, everybody. Hey, just want to say a big thank you for getting together and kind of doing this study, this series. What just happened? Well, we've talked about faith happening. So I hope you can have a good discussion. I want to throw a couple things out for you to ponder as you talk about this message and the content of it and maybe go beyond. I want you to really have a discussion about what happened when Peter said, "You are the Christ." Do you think it was, like I said in my message, kind of an explosion of something he didn't have before? But when Jesus said, "Who do you think I am?" it suddenly got really personal. Because I think those moments might help us understand a little bit when that comes to us. Another important component would be, do you know when your body is telling you that the Spirit is talking to you? Do you have I have a few signs physically that happen to me when I get kind of overwhelmed by the Spirit trying to make a point. Sometimes my lip even quivers. You say, well, you're just making that happen. No, I can't make that happen at will. And I'm not saying that always happens. Typically when the Spirit wants to reveal something to us, I think it's practical. It's in a daily grind that we're in. It's real, it's scriptural, it's backed up by other people who bear witness to it. But there are moments when faith happens, when all of a sudden you're praying a prayer of confidence or with confidence that you would not ordinarily pray. I have found words coming out of my mouth sometimes that I didn't think about saying. And I'm not sure why I said it, but it was in a divine moment, and God used my words to resonate with someone else about a specific thing or a specific story going on in their life. I'll give you one example. I have a friend, he's a great guy, and when they first started to come to Timberline Church, this was years ago, they came up as a couple to just say hi to me and to be prayed for. They were in a journey, a search journey for what's next. They had been involved in ministry in their lives, but his feeling in his life was that he was completely overlooked, that no one saw his efforts, no one saw his talents or his gifts. He just wasn't being seen at all. And so when he came up and asked to be prayed for, when I put my hand in his and we began to pray, I don't know why I said this, but I said, I just feel like God wants you to know that He sees you. I don't know what that means, but He sees you. And man, it was like a revelation moment, because his whole petition of prayer was, no one sees me. They don't see anything about me. And yet this stranger who I've never met before is saying to me, God sees you. And you might think that's just coincidental, but you know what? If I prayed for you today, I doubt I would say, God sees you. I have never said that to my knowledge again. It was just in that moment. I don't know why I said it. And it wasn't spooky. I didn't have a revelation moment where, boom, all of a sudden I started weeping and out of my mouth, my tongue was not controlled. And I said this. No, it was just how I prayed. But that was faith coming out to pray into someone's life through the Spirit. So I want you to talk about those moments in your life. Maybe share a couple stories of when you made a decision to do something that you know it was God, especially as you look back on it, or something that happened in your life that God shaped that moment because of the faith to step out or to try. Okay, there's one other thing you could do. You could share moments when you wanted it to be God really bad, but it wasn't, and you tried to step out and force God. I have a few of those. Don't want to talk about them. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have a good discussion today. Look at these passages. Celebrate the fact that faith can happen. And for those of you in a struggle, going through a trial, let others pray for you today in your group. Let them really pray for you. And maybe there's a word. Maybe there's a word picture or something that can come into this scene in your life right now that God has for you through the other brothers and sisters at the table today. God bless. Have a great study. Bye-bye.